War. A brutal force that reshaped history. The chaos, the heroism, the sacrifice, World War II was a battlefield like no other. And Hollywood has captured its most gripping moments on screen. But which films truly stand above the rest? From the beaches of Normandy to the depths of the Pacific, these movies bring history to life in the most powerful way. So buckle in, because these are the 20 greatest World War II movies ever made. Directed by Christopher Nolan, a masterclass in tension, Dunkirk portrays the real-life evacuation of over 330,000 Allied soldiers trapped by German forces. With minimal dialogue, Nolan uses immersive cinematography and a ticking clock soundtrack by Hans Zimmer to create an unparalleled sense of urgency. The film intertwines three perspectives: land, sea, and air to depict the chaos of war and the resilience of those fighting to survive. The Longest Day isn't just a war movie, it's a cinematic giant, bringing the chaos, strategy, and heroism of D-Day, June 6, 1944, to life like never before. With stunning accuracy and an all-star cast, it remains one of the greatest World War II films ever made. As the fate of the war teeters on a knife's edge, General Eisenhower must make an impossible choice: launch the invasion despite brutal weather or delay and risk disaster. Meanwhile, Field Marshal Rommel senses the attack is near, but has no idea when or where it will strike. Then, in the dead of night, the first wave begins. Allied paratroopers descend behind enemy lines, with Major John Howard spearheading a high-risk assault on Pegasus Bridge. At dawn, thousands of troops storm Normandy's beaches under relentless fire. Colonel Vandervoort and his men battle through the carnage, while the aging yet fearless Brigadier General Roosevelt Jr. refuses to stand back, leading his troops from the front. The scale is massive. The stakes? Unthinkable. The Longest Day captures the strategy, the sacrifice, and the sheer willpower that turned the tide of World War II, making it a must-watch for any history or war film fan. Directed by Clint Eastwood, unlike most World War II films, Letters from Iwo Jima tells the story from the Japanese perspective, following General Kurabayashi and his troops as they prepare for an inevitable battle. With an emphasis on honor, sacrifice, and the human cost of war, Eastwood presents a heartbreaking yet powerful narrative, complemented by Ken Watanabe's standout performance, making it one of the most famous World War II movies ever made. Directed by Richard Attenborough, an ambitious war epic, this film recounts Operation Market Garden, the ill-fated Allied plan to seize key bridges in the Netherlands. With a star-studded cast, including Sean Connery and Robert Redford, A Bridge Too Far balances large-scale battle sequences with intense personal drama, illustrating the unpredictability of war. Directed by Franklin J. Schaffner, a character study wrapped in this war film follows the controversial U.S. General George S. Patton, played by George C. Scott in an Oscar-winning performance. Known for his brilliance in strategy and his no-nonsense leadership, Patton's victories and flaws are both highlighted, making this one of the most compelling World War II biopics ever made. Based on the real-life story of the Ladislaus Spillman, The Pianist is a harrowing yet deeply personal portrayal of survival during the Holocaust. Adrian Brody delivers a haunting performance as the Jewish pianist who witnesses the destruction of Warsaw while evading capture. The film's raw emotion and historical accuracy make it one of the most powerful war dramas ever created. A deeply moving true story, Schindler's List chronicles how Oskar Schindler, a German businessman, saved over 1,000 Jewish workers from the Holocaust. Filmed in stark black and white, Spielberg's masterpiece captures the horrors of genocide while highlighting the potential for heroism in even the darkest times. Directed by Joseph Vilsmayer, Stalingrad is one of the most brutal depictions of the Eastern Front. Stalingrad follows a German platoon as they are thrown into the hellish battle against Soviet forces. The film exposes the harsh realities of war, where survival becomes the only goal amidst starvation, cold, and relentless combat. A philosophical and visually stunning take on war, The Thin Red Line tells the story of American soldiers during the Battle of Guadalcanal. Rather than focusing solely on action, Malick delves into the minds of his characters, exploring themes of fear, nature, and the meaning of war itself. Directed by Wolfgang Petersen, a tense, claustrophobic masterpiece, Das Boot follows the crew of a German U-boat as they navigate the perils of underwater warfare. The film's realistic depiction of life aboard a submarine, combined with its suspenseful storytelling, makes it one of the greatest war films ever made. Set during the Battle of Stalingrad, this film focuses on the legendary Soviet sniper Vasily Zaitsev, played by Jude Law, as he faces off against a German sniper in a deadly cat-and-mouse game. The movie showcases the psychological and strategic aspects of war, making it a gripping thriller and a must-watch. Directed by Roland Emmerich, a modern retelling of one of the most decisive naval battles of World War II, Midway brings the intensity of air and sea combat to life. With impressive visuals and a focus on key historical figures, it provides a thrilling perspective on how the U.S. turned the tide in the Pacific. Arguably the most disturbing World War II film ever made, Come and See follows a young Belarusian boy as he witnesses the horrific atrocities committed by the Nazis. With its haunting cinematography and unflinching realism, the film is an unforgettable, nightmarish depiction of war's impact on innocence. Directed by Clint Eastwood, a companion piece to Letters from Iwo Jima, this film tells the American side of the Battle of Iwo Jima, focusing on the soldiers who raised the iconic flag. Eastwood masterfully explores the gap between the reality of war and the myths that emerge from it. A classic adventure film based on true events, The Great Escape follows Allied prisoners as they execute a daring escape from a German POW camp. Featuring Steve McQueen's famous motorcycle chase, the film balances suspense, humor, and heroism, making it a perfect choice for war and history lovers. Following a U.S. tank crew in the final days of World War II, Fury presents a gritty, unrelenting view of war. With standout performances from Brad Pitt and Logan Lerman, the film highlights the brutality and brotherhood among soldiers. Directed by Mel Gibson, this is the incredible true story of Desmond Doss, a medic who saved 75 men at Okinawa without firing a single shot. Combining intense battle sequences with a moving portrayal of faith and courage, Hacksaw Ridge is one of the most inspiring war films ever made. A war film with a moral dilemma at its core, this classic follows British POWs forced to build a bridge for the Japanese. As the project nears completion, conflicting loyalties lead to a dramatic and explosive climax. Though set in Vietnam, its themes of war's madness and destruction are deeply influenced by World War II. A psychological journey into the horrors of combat, Apocalypse Now remains one of cinema's greatest achievements. Directed by Steven Spielberg, Saving Private Ryan delivers an unflinching look at war, starting with its harrowing D-Day invasion sequence. Captain John Miller, Tom Hanks, leads a squad deep into Nazi-occupied France on a mission to rescue Private James Ryan, Matt Damon, the last surviving brother of 4 soldiers. As they navigate ambushes, sniper fire, and moral dilemmas, tensions rise, forcing them to question the cost of war and sacrifice. The film climaxes in a desperate last stand, cementing Saving Private Ryan as one of the most powerful World War II movies ever made. And there you have it, the 20 best World War II movies ever made. But now we want to hear from you. Which of these films is your favorite? Did we miss any great ones? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.